Good morning and welcome to Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. I'm Joe Jaquin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group, and at least for a little while, the rest of the country defrosting. It was over 80 degrees yesterday here in the Valley of the Sun. It was absolutely gorgeous. But this is our time of year, right? We get to brag. And then come summertime, everybody wants to leave because it's 1,000 degrees outside. But it's going to be another gorgeous day. I hope it finds you well wherever you may be. Welcome to everybody, however you're listening to us, live on the terrestrial radios or on your laptops or your smartphones or YouTube or I don't even know, a podcast and all these other things that we have out there. I don't know really how to do any of those things, but I know we've got them. 800 951 0592. That is our toll free number. And today is going to be a good day to call it. Got a lot of good things happening today. Just sometimes it works out that way. The website at allamericangold.com. And, you know, I got a call yesterday that really angered me. It was from a listener who wanted to give me some compliments and also wanted to give me some critique, some criticism, which, you know, hey, I get it, right? You nobody can agree. No one should agree 100% of what anybody says, right? You got to be your own person, and who knows, maybe he didn't like my take on Bitcoin or Janet Yellen or who knows. But really what it was about is he was really happy that I had bought the radio station in Colorado, and that loves the programming that we put on that nobody else would dare to do. But then he said that he didn't like me talking about CBD. That's not why I listen to you, he said to me. So you know what I told him? Don't listen. I don't think, but you know, the more I thought, and I was really mad because that's so disappointing because it just means you don't get it. We're under attack, period. A standing president got banned on social media. Conservative talk show hosts are being run out of town for not towing the company line. Rush Limbaugh passed away. That's huge. It's a big blow. And what are we left with? Most of the conservatives that we're left with, we got huge mega conglomerates, right? Fox and iHeart and all these Clear Channel, right? We got all these conglomerates. And we know any of these guys get out of line, they're gone. And you better, and when it comes to certain issues, hey, you better say what we tell you to say or you're fired. And hey, these guys got to provide for their family, got to make a living. So they're going to do it. And we're fighting this battle, and I'm fighting this battle. It's not just me, Jason, Brian, right? The three of us, and everybody that works for us, and all of our listeners, and there's a lot of you that get it. But for those of you that don't, wake up. This is how, you know, at the end of the day, like everything else, right? You can't stay in business if you can't pay your bills. And for the radio station, CBD is a huge part of that. So I hope all of you out there that are listening go out to 1360khnc.com and buy some. Not only because, you know what, here's the great part. It's the best of the best. I've already told you that. I use it every single day. And the price is the best. So there's two reasons. You know what? The cheapest thing we have out there is our pet tincture. It's like $30. Maybe you don't even have a pet, but you want to help and support the radio station, buy one. It's a great way to allow us to keep doing what we're doing. Otherwise, sooner or later, this message will be gone. Believe me when I tell you. And I know a lot of you know because I got so many calls and emails because you were so upset with this host or that host who came out and didn't support the president with this quote-unquote insurrection. Guess what? They had to. They had no choice. 1360 is one of the last places, maybe in the country, where they can say what is on their mind. And I hope all of you out there listening understand how important that really is. And I was so disappointed with that call yesterday. So disappointed. Because it just means you don't really get it. Period. And you can see it. Listen, go look at Joe Biden's, what they want to do with guns. Go look at it. Right? This isn't about banning bump stocks or assault rifles. This is about getting rid of guns completely. All of this is happening. Freedom of speech going away. Your right to bear arms going away. Are you going to sit idly by and do nothing? That's up to you. When we return, I'm going to give you some great news about gold and silver. And guess what? CBD help us get it. I'll tell you about that next. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. We got a split market right now. Jay Powell's testifying again. This is the last day. Yesterday, gold hung in really well. Today, they tried to whack it. Gold's battled almost all the way back. Now silver's up for the day. Crude oil, holy crap, $63 a barrel today. And I don't really get it. We had crude inventories, and there was a big build, which we were expecting, a big drop in gasoline demand. Because the weather was horrible last week, but $63 and rising. I saw. One of the, I don't know if it was Goldman or Morgan Stanley Merrill Lynch, one of them was saying, don't be surprised if we see $100 crude oil again. And it just goes to the whole inflation thing out there that I'm telling you, it's coming like a freight train. But the silver market has been very, very tough. And a lot of you know I have a friend who owns hundreds of bags of junk silver. And early on, remember when no one could get any silver and I could, and he was helping me out. And then he cut me off and refused to sell anymore. Last week, I told Brittany. Brittany is our person that runs the CBD stuff in our office here. She keeps track of everything that's sold and the shipping and this and that. Between her and Ryan, they do a great job. But I asked her to send my friend some CBD products. Just as a thank you, and like I said, I wasn't expecting anything out of it. He had helped me out tremendously, and if he doesn't want to sell anymore, doesn't want to sell anymore, right? Nothing you can do about it. I got a call from him this morning because he had gotten the CBD product we had sent him. He had gotten it yesterday. And he was just like, this is why we're friends. This is little stuff like this. You didn't have to do that. And I know you don't expect anything out of it. He said, but you know what? It just meant a lot to me that you cared enough to do it. It was because, today anymore, people don't do that anymore. You know, when you help somebody out, you just, whether it's a little note or heck, I guess now even a text, I guess, would suffice. But, just something, hey, thanks a lot. And that's what that was. Hey, thanks. And I don't know if you know about this product, not know about it, like it, don't like it, going to take it, not going to take it. Who knows? I don't know. But he said to me this morning that he was going to release some bags to me. And he always sells them to me for a lot less that I can buy them everywhere else. So today, all junk silver is on special today. Dimes at $125. Dimes haven't been $125 since like the first week of January. Quarters at $250. And then the half dollar. Now, the half dollars, I've only got about a bag and a half of half dollars. He sold me just one bag of those. He doesn't like to sell the halves that much. I have a half bag that I had, but the half dollars are at $260 until they're gone at 800-951-0592. And I also have it out on the website. And then on the gold side, we and you guys know this, we have a lot of wholesalers that we deal with, and there's one in particular who, when he has product that we sell, he's always less, but he hardly ever has any. I mean, just never. I mean, like this year, I don't know that we've ordered like anything from him because he never has anything. He had some 20s this morning, $20 Liberties, 1 through 19 at $21.20, which is, again, the lowest price since like early January. 20 or more at $2,100. Now, here's the deal, though. We've only got 60 of them. So if somebody buys them all, they buy them all. But $20 gold pieces, right? This is our bread and butter coin. 1 through 19, 21.20, 20 or more, 2,100. This is a mix. I'm going to say they're all Liberties, but he already told me it's a mix. He didn't have the numbers. There's going to be Libs. There's going to be Saints. You get what you get. 800-951-0592. Right now, gold's at $17.95. It's down about $8. Gold was down about $25 earlier this morning. Silver getting ready to challenge $28 again. Silver right now is up about 15 cents. The Dow is up a couple of 100 points. Crude oil's up $1.50. The 10-year note early this morning hit 143 on a 10-year note. Matter of fact, maybe even let's call it 143 for the high. Right now, it's at 139 and change. And again, this is the area I was telling you about. Like that 1.4 to 1.5, it needs to hold there. If it doesn't hold there, then you're going to see a 10-year note go, my guess would be 2%, which would be horrific for the central bank. And so I don't know what Jay Powell is saying right now. He's still testifying now. My guess is, yesterday he tried to tell you how soft inflation was. I'm sure today somebody let him know the 10-year note was spiking, and I'm sure he's trying to do some damage control there. But we'll have to wait and see. Listen, eventually it's going to find its own levels. I think this is, again, going to give cover. This high, think about it. We're talking about 1.4% being high. It's really hard to imagine, isn't it? But again, just that move alone. We just had from, we were at about 0.5% this time last year, about 0.5%. So just this move alone We just had hundreds of billions of more dollars to the debt. By the way, the Democrats said today that they will have a bill, and this is in the House, done by Friday. It's already passed through committee. They'll have it done by Friday. Chuck Schumer said that before the benefits run out, and he gave the date, I want to say March 14th, that they'll have a bill on President Biden's desk that resembles very much the $1.9 trillion. He said some minor little tweaks and changes, but yeah, get ready. That's going to be more big spending. And I know a lot of people thought, well, maybe they'll negotiate. I don't think there's going to be any negotiating. We're going to get this massive stimulus, and we really need to call it what it is. This is a huge bailout, all at our expense. And the cost of it is going to be a little different. Yeah, wait till they start talking about tax increases. That's true. That's true. That's coming. I'll guarantee you that's coming. But they won't talk about that till the end of this year. That's going to wait till the end. But what we're going to see is the cost of everything is going to be much greater, and this bill is going to make it worse. Let me give you an example. Today we had new housing data out, okay? And in the data, they're saying, hey, listen, mortgage refinancing has come to a screeching halt, right? Because the 10-year notice spike, that's stopped now. I think they're going to get it down. I think Janet Yellen and Jay Powell have a plan. I expect the Federal Reserve to announce their balance sheet is going to exceed $10 trillion, and I think it's going to happen in the next 90 days. And they're going to play this little game that they have where Janet Yellen is going to essentially say, hey, we're not going to be holding. Right now, the Treasury Department's balance sheet is like $1.9 trillion. She's going to want to get it down, flood the market with bonds. The central bank's going to have to buy them all, and that's going to push rates lower. Right? This is another attempt to try to hide what's supposed to happen, because what's supposed to happen as inflation rises, the yields are supposed to rise. That's what's supposed to happen. But they can't afford that. But in this housing data, new home prices shattered records. The median price, which means take a new home, let's just say a $3 million home and a $100,000 home, if such a thing exists, right? And and then the second highest, the second lowest, the third highest, the third lowest, and so on and so forth until you get to the middle. 346,000. Okay. Now that's throughout the country. Here in Arizona, you'd be hard pressed. You can find them, but wow, do you got to drive far to get to get something in the 340s? And this is new. The average price over 400,000. I want to say it was $410,000. The average price for a new home. And think, 20 years ago, and I tell this story all the time, but it bears repeating. My wife and I bought our first home. And we bought it up in Anthem. For those of you that know Arizona, you know where Anthem is. We went out of town, right? Drive until you qualify, as we used to call it. And now Anthem, I don't know that Anthem's that out of town anymore. You know what I'm saying? This is how big the valley's gotten. But neither here nor there. It was $135,000, which at the time was kind of like the average price of a new home. It wasn't super expensive, but it wasn't the cheapest. How we could have bought cheaper somewhere else. But this was 2000, 20 years later. Now you got to drive even farther out and to buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,650 square feet, give or take. It's going to run you $350,000 to $400,000. Right? And you're sitting there going, wait a minute. That's triple what it was. And yet they're saying no inflation. That's ridiculous. It's moronic. And think about it. Now they want 20% down, right? I mean, I think I came up with $5,000. I think that was what I had to come up with. Maybe a little more fees and this and that, but it wasn't much more. Crazy. Here's the sad part. We haven't even seen crazy yet, but we're gonna. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592. Do not wait. Breaking here. I'm starting to get synopsis of what Jay Powell has been saying in front of Congress. It's incredible. Lael Bernard. A lot of people thinking she may be the next Federal Reserve chairwoman, also making some astonishing comments here. Let me just get to it here. Gold now, $17.97, getting ready to turn positive. Silver, even higher now, up 20 cents, $27.90. Remember, I have all the junk bags on sale. My buddy of mine, I did, a thank you. He's reciprocated. This is the cheapest we've had junk silver in over a month. We had halves. Remember, we had halves because we had made a mistake, and that was a week and a half ago, where we had the halves at 260 because in all the chaos in January, we had left some bags at the bullion bank. They're back at 260, but here's the thing: silver's like 80 cents higher than what it was when we were running them the last time. So dimes at 125 a roll. So that's 50 silver dimes. For those of you, sometimes I forget a lot of, maybe you don't know what we're talking about if you're new to the gold and silver market. They call it junk silver. I really like Brian, my partner Brian, likes to call it utility silver. All it really means is prior to 1965, so 1964 and older, dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Notice I didn't say nickels or pennies. Dimes, quarters, half dollars were minted by our government with silver. And they say 90% silver. The rest of it was copper. But they have been very, very expensive. But you can get a roll of 50 dimes for $125. 40 quarters, that's $10 face value in quarters, for $250. And then you can get half dollars, 20 half dollars. Now, the half dollars always carry a premium. Rolls of half dollars at $260 a roll. To give you an idea, half dollars yesterday were $275. Right? Quarters were $265. Right? So you're saving $15 a roll on the halves and the quarters, and $7.50 a roll on the dimes at 800-951-0592. And then on the $20 gold, this is really good because it's been, the premiums on gold has been really big, especially $20 gold. That's all anybody wants to buy right now. I'm going to say they're liberties. I'm going to say that they're liberties, but it is a mix. There's going to be liberties and saints. Whatever you get, you get. 1 through 19. $2,120. 20 or more at $2,100 at 800-951-0592. And I just keep looking. The gold market's just going crazy right now. Here's what Jay Powell and Lael Bernard now have been saying. According to Zero Hedge, Jay Powell has just told the U.S. Congress and the Banking Committee where he's testifying. Long, long way to go for maximum employment. We get that. It was the next thing. Powell said it could take more than 3 years to hit the average 2% inflation target. What is this guy talking about? Gas here in the valley now is $3, and and that's if you go to the cheap place. I just told you about housing prices. These guys are truly incredible. And I'm not saying, and I'm sure the members that he was telling this to were like, oh, okay, Jay, if you say so. I'm confident that we can and that we will, and we are committed to using our tools to achieve this. Of course, listen, they're desperate for this money. Desperate for this money. They need that $2 trillion, and they need it badly, and they know it. What tools is he going to use to stop inflation? What are they going to do? Change the formula again? Right? Well, I know what to do. Oh, we'll just call it transitory. Yeah, and who cares if gas prices go up? Who cares if food prices go up? Who cares about your power bill? Because we don't count that anyway. And don't worry about housing prices, because we don't use that either. No, they've got some weird housing equivalent, they call it. Maybe what they do is they take everyone that's got a house, pair them up with a homeless person, and say, well, see, the homeless person pays zero. So it's fine. I mean, have you bought a car lately? And again, I'm just so, I just love how they just go to this tool card. They don't say what it is, but they've got them. The 3-year time frame, which, by the way, this is new. So this is the first time we're hearing about a 3-year time frame, is actually an arbitrary 3-year time frame. See? We can change it if we want to. It sounds good, though, but it's arbitrary. And it's chosen by us. Oh, of course. How much better can that be? Yes, it's arbitrary, and we get to choose it. Even better. See, this must be the tools he was talking about. Man, I'd love to have this job. Right? All as you do, right? You never did anything wrong. Right? And everything we've done is to help the taxpayer, which, let's face it, we all know the exact damn opposite. Everything they've done is to hurt the taxpayer. And we get to make up what the rules are. And at any point in time, we get to change the rule. Right? It's like the kid, listen, we all know these kids, right? The only child growing up who, if he was losing in anything you were playing with him, what did he do? He changed the rules, right? This is it. The central bank, they're like this bratty only child. Yeah, get ready. Buckle it up, baby. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back. 800-951-0592. We got a couple of lines open here. Junk silver, the sales extravaganza, my buddy. Appreciated my CBD gift that I sent to him. He's released some bags, and when he does it, listen, I'm already the cheapest. Now I'm really the cheapest. Rolls of dimes at 125, quarters at 250. By the way, a bag 25,000, which is again the cheapest in a month at least. Half dollars at $260 a roll. A bag of halves, 26,000. Then we got the $20 gold pieces. 21.20, 1 through 19, 20 or more, $2,100 at 800-951-0592. And I'm just reading. Again, I don't know where these people live. Don't want to know. But I don't know. I know for a fact the data they're looking at does not match what they're saying. So Jay Powell comes out, a 3-year arbitrary timeline, and they get to choose, I guess, whether, when that starts, who knows, right? Well, we'll wait till after inflation and then start it. As you know, he said, we are just being honest about the challenge. What challenge? The full employment challenge? Or maybe the COVID challenge? Oh, no, my friends. We live in a time where there is significant disinflationary pressures around the world. Really? You know what, Jay? If I can call him Jay. How about you stop buying bonds and see if that's really true or not? Well, how about that? Is that true? Because the bond market is saying it's not true. But, you're trying to hide the truth. But let me go on. And again, I don't know, what disinflationary pressure is he talking about? Essentially, all major advanced economies, central banks have struggled to get to 2%. Right? And of course, right, they're all lying about the number. They're all buying debt. They're all buying bonds, right? They're all creating money out of thin air, and they're using calculations that nobody in their right mind would even say that's what inflation should be. Just like an automobile. According to our central bank and the way they calculate inflation, do you know that there's been zero inflation in automobiles for 25 years? Yep. Because they make these adjustments. Well, it's got a backup camera now, right? It beeps. Right? It beeps when you get close to something, right? All this nonsense. Like, things didn't improve before. And this is the funny part. Things have always gotten better, right, over time, right? Television sets and computers and phones and cars and this and that. But it never used to cost more. Never used to cost more. But, again, another way that they hide it. We believe, now listen, they've struggled to get to the 2%. Wait to hear this next line. We believe we can do it. Yes, Jay. Come on, Jay. You can do it, buddy. We believe we will do it. Yes, he's given himself the Newt Rockney. It may take more than 3 years. It may. It may only take 3 months, but it may take more than 3 years. But we will update every quarter. Yes. Oh, thank you. You already do that, but thank you. You're going to update us and let us know. Man, we're going to try as hard as we possibly can to make sure we devalue that money for you. We will also update the assessment. And we'll see how that goes. We'll just see how it goes. But don't worry, we've got more tools. I promise you, they have no intention of stopping at 2%. None. And of course, if they actually think about how bad inflation is going to be when they actually admit that it's 2%. How about Lael Bernard? That was Jay Powell. That was the line of crap he just told Congress. We can do it. We're going to do it, man. We're going to win. We're going to devalue the crap out of the dollar. Lael Bernard. Most accounts, this is the woman that's supposed to be next up, who's become increasingly vocal and a potentially influential policymaker. Again, like I said, next up. She just released a speech that shockingly, I'm just so surprised, echoes exactly what Jay Powell was just saying. The economy remains far from their goals, she said, in terms of both employment and inflation. See, I didn't know that inflation was part of the mandate, but apparently it is. And it's going to take some time to achieve substantial further progress in devaluing your money. I threw the devaluing your money, but you know what she meant. There you have it. You want to know why gold turned around today? That's why. Patriot Radio News Hour. Final segment coming up. Final segment, Patriot Radio News Hour. Wow. You know, yesterday I kind of kidded around. You better have your eye protection on. That's quite the comments out of Jay Powell and Lael Bernard. Yes, they're going to win, guys. And you know what? I believe them. Here's the sad part. I'm making fun, but I believe them. They're going to win. I promise you, we're going to get 2% inflation. Problem is, I think we're going to get 3% inflation, 4% inflation, right? Who knows? The real inflation rate's probably going to be well over 10%. But they're determined. You heard them. We have all these tools in our toolkit. I don't know what they are, and we're going to change all the rules in the middle of the game and do everything arbitrarily, but we're going to keep you updated. Oh, yeah. Let you know how we're doing. You know, it's so funny. They throw in the full employment thing almost like a joke. They don't care. They already know. A lot of these jobs are gone. Right? Return to the office, that's gone. The automation is coming, right? If you're a cashier, you're a fast food worker, your days are numbered. Period. And they know that. And it's amazing what's happened today. So the 10-year note, which was getting ready to go to 1.5, it's down. Hey, he got it down. He got it down. Gold's now 1,800 and actually just a little over 1,800. Silver's up again today, 27.85. The Dow's up 250 points. They love it, baby. Don't worry about any bubbles here. Junk silver. Oh, and just a silver update. On Monday, we'll find out if we get any allotment on Monday on Silver Eagles. If we do, I'll run them on the air for you. But the Bullion Bank, he wasn't negative about it, but he wasn't positive about it either. So we'll wait and see. But in the meantime, junk silver, the cheapest in a long time. Rolls of dimes, 50 silver dimes at $125. 40 silver quarter, so that's twice as much silver as the dimes at $250. The $half at $260. The $20 gold pieces, which when I started, gold was down $25. Now it's not. So this is even a better deal. It was already going to be a great deal at like 1780, 1775 gold. Now we got 1800 plus here. 1 through 19, 2120, 20 or more at $2,100, 800 9510592. Don't forget your CBD products. By the way, already seeing a bunch of orders coming in for CBD. Thank you guys for getting this. And you get it. Listen, this is how we're going to support each other. This is how we're going to continue to get these great messages out. This is how we're going to take care of each other and keep everybody informed. More importantly, keep people informed. 1360khnc.com for your CBD products. 800-951-0592. Right here at Patriot Trading Group for your hard assets, that gold and silver you're going to need. Everybody, listen, take care. I'm sorry I got upset earlier today, but it had to be said. God bless everybody. We'll be back tomorrow.